Right everyone, so we're still at Selhurst Park. I've got Paul with us. He was very upset when we were obviously at Forest. Now, Mike Ashley was here, Paul, and Keith Bishop, and Lee Charnley. Initial thoughts on him? That was just all of a sudden out of the blue?
I was absolutely gobsmacked. When it first started circulating, I thought, no. I mean, I know he's got more faces than Big Ben Clock, but I thought, goodness me, even he hasn't got the front to turn up here today. I know it's in his back garden, it's convenient for him, but I thought, not in a month of Sundays would he have the barefaced cheek, after all that he's done to our club, after the House of Fraser stuff, after the transfer window, after the we're for sale, are we for sale, are we not for sale, all of that. And then he shows up with his two little cronies in tow. Yeah. It absolutely just reeks of disrespect, it reeks of arrogance. He was sitting there smirking with his attitude. I think it's absolutely bang out of order, like.
Well, why is he here? I mean, that's the golden question. I can't answer it, Rob couldn't before. Nobody has. We know that, obviously we've seen Lee Ryder before, and the Newcastle coach behind her. They'll be in there trying to get the questions from Rafa. I can't see Rafa giving those answers out.
It certainly doesn't help the team. I've said this before, when the lads are playing, ideally you don't want to be singing Ashley songs this and the other. The lads need the support whilst they're playing. The protesting time should come at other times. However, it was a perfect opportunity today. It could not be missed. It had to be taken advantage of, and we got the message over totally loud and clear to Mike. But it makes no sense at all. It's not as even if he had potential investors or new owners in tow. He was trying to show the show the club off and sort of schmooze the people. It just reeks of the arrogance of the man.
But I think it was very, very clever how the Magpie group had that banner ready, and they must have sent something. Yeah. Must have been, or they might have, I know I'm speculating, they might have been carrying it a couple of away games, just waiting for that moment, and bang, you would have seen that.
Yeah. I certainly hope it did. I mean, he sat there, the pictures from what I've seen, he sat there with a smirk on his face, and he seems to enjoy it, and he goes on about this pantomime villain thing, but it's a lot more seriously. A pantomime villain, it's you know, he's the bad guy, but it's a bit funny. This isn't funny. This is not funny. Today was a huge opportunity for us to get 3 points, and who knows, we don't want the circus which is Mike Ashley around the club. He needs to go. He's got the message, he's been told the message, I don't know how many times, but yet he just keeps surfacing again like a bad smell. He just needs to go. We don't want him at the club. Why are you watching Newcastle? You're a Tottenham supporter. What interest have you got in Crystal Palace and Newcastle? We don't want you. Just go. It's as simple as that. Why did you sit there through 90 minutes of that? Why would you want to sit there while people called you every name under the sun? It makes no sense. Isn't it?
I mean, what's he here for? Is he here to talk to Rafa? Is he just here to check up on Will? We can go on and on and on.
It's like a control thing. He's like a control freak. It's mine, and I'll just do what I want when I want. His ego, I don't know how he fits inside the stadium. She's a smoke, arrogant, absolute prick. Don't know. It beggars belief. It takes away from what was a very gritty, determined performance. But the last thing the players need, whilst we're fighting for our Premier League lives, is that fat clown stood up in the stands. It just does. It beggars belief.
I think we'll probably find out more answers as the probably days go on. Let's get off Ashley. Let's try and talk about, because I thought defensively we were absolutely brilliant. Wilfred who?
Exactly. And he was getting that frustrated. The fans were winding him up, and he was turning around, and he was not happy about that. He was going down. It's a shame, because he's a player with such immense talent. He doesn't need to be this prima donna who goes down and rolls around on the floor like soft as out.
We won that battle, didn't we?
100%. Newcastle at the back were a rock today by 1 or 2 little slips, which I'd probably put down to the conditions, which were shocking, and still are shocking, to be honest.
That's the weather conditions.
Yeah, I mean the weather conditions. It was really, really bad today. But bar 1 or 2, and I mean small slips at the back, I didn't think they were going to score in a month for Sundays. We had chances. You'd had 1 or 2 little things here and there, but I was never overly worried. I was more worried about, could we convert one of the chances that we get, and get those crucial 3 points, and obviously it turned out that we couldn't.
Right, so memory card got full up, so we're back. Shelvey, I was just saying there, we were saying in the stadium before, was that even though his passes weren't to perfection today, he just got up the field so quickly, which we've lacked massively the last 2 weeks.
Yeah, just again, chalk and cheese. I mean, I'm so glad Hayden wasn't involved today, because to me he should be nowhere near the first team. But having Shelvey back in, like you say, it wasn't just the attacking threat and those Hollywood balls that he can ping left, right and centre, but like you say, he just takes that pressure off the back. He can get the ball, he's calm, and he just distributes it, and it finds another man, and it takes that pressure off and allows the back four just to reorganise and regroup. And out there today, I was never ever worried that we were going to concede, and part of it was just down to that Shelvey influence.
Yeah.
It was just fantastic to see him back. He had a couple of decent corners and stuff knocked in as well, so the set piece ability also comes back into it.
But for me,
yeah,
you talk about Shelvey, but we had that Prez one straight away, the Lascelles ones, the 2 free headers, and it's like last season I was saying to Rob earlier that would have went in the back of net and we would have picked 3 points, but we didn't. We're now that we've got a striker problem, but we've got a point on the board. It's away from home. Are you, I wouldn't say you're happy, but are you probably, would you go with content if you got the point?
Yeah, I feel okay about that. You know, coming out there, I feel like we had the opportunities to get the 3 points, and that's what you want. When you play a match and you're not getting any chances at all, I would be worrying. But you know, we are creating chances. We were through. We had bad touches. It went off Lascelles' shoulder here and there. So there were chances to score the goals that we needed. But yeah, reason for optimism. But like has been said before, it's now crucial to go into the next one, the home match, and to break the duck of not winning this season. So it's a good point on the road. If this was later on in the season, and we came away to Selhurst Park and we got a point, we'd be very pleased with it. I'm personally quite pleased with it. I was pleased with the majority of the performances. There was 1 or 2 which was a little bit iffy, but by and large you can't say that one of the players out there didn't give their best. They gave the best for the club. They worked to a plan, they worked their socks off, and we got a very good point at the end of it, I would say.
Brilliant. We've got one final question. We're going to end up on probably a laughter. What are you doing with a half scarf on? I'm calling it out.
Kids.
I knew you would say that.
Kids.
Present for the kids, right? Thank you very much, Paul. Let us know in the comments how you think about Ashley and the performance. Have a good night. Bye bye.